Okay, so welcome to Retechulous Basics. And basically what we do every Tuesday, I know a lot of you guys, Glenn Ross, yep. I know a lot of you guys might have been with us a while, but for you new members, this is really for you to just get oriented with what we have going on here. And then on Wednesdays, we do a more in-depth session or something more advanced or wacky or whatever. So these are all kind of the same every Tuesday. We got had a little fun with traffic last week. Everything is on the members area under strategy sessions. You can always go to strategy sessions and see all the archived recordings, or in the sidebar we usually have it here too. All the latest stuff we're doing, usually the recordings and little tutorials we're adding to the members area. First thing we'd like everybody to get started with is the Retechulous method, which is basically our three-phase process for kind of automating your lead generation. In phase one, we build a capture trap. Phase two, we get traffic flow into it. In phase three, we incubate with content, but hopefully in an automated fashion. In order to help you do all this, the software we're now using is something that that was kind of built around this method. It's called Lead Barrel. All members, if you haven't gotten one yet, you should have gotten notice that you have a Lead Barrel account. You should be able to go to retechulous.leadbarrel.com and log in with your Retechulous username and pass when you come to this page under Tools. And you can go in, it's kind of like your CRM, Lead Manager. It's evolving very quick, and you can make a bunch of landing pages. And you can also start to copy the stuff we're doing. So let me go to phase one here, just give you a quick little, just point around to where different things are. As you move through the method, you'll find that in phase one, you're going to find our capture page templates right here, and that you can go and use any of these that you want at any time, as well as build your own. These are meant to be a starting point. Some of these are proven and they convert really well, and you can use them. We recommend you do when you're getting started. But you have all the flexibility to do anything you want here. So let me, for example, show you how to go fire one of these up in Lead Barrel. So let's just go to leadbarrel.com and I'll get myself in my account. Put that coffee down. I use the Glengarry whenever I can in the advertising. It always, using Glengarry in ads to realtors just always does really well. It gets a little viral action on the Facebook ad, and the cost per click is always cheap. I don't know why I don't just always do that. I guess just for, just want to be original sometimes and try different things. Also, Gil from The Simpsons. You guys might have seen that ad. I've been using him in a bunch of campaigns. The real estate agent from The Simpsons works really well too. Anyway, here we are in our account. And let's say we want to go ahead and fire up. Let's get our, this is one of my favorite ones. I love the Investor HUD one. I just love this idea. It just sets you up to do a lot of business with investors. Let's say we want to fire that up. We go to Capture Pages and we browse and copy from the Vine. Now, I don't know that this is all exactly in the best spot, but here's what you do. You go to the Vine. You can see all the pages that people are sharing. You can hover on any of those and copy them whenever you want. Or you go to Private Pages up top. And this is all explained in the video. And you pop your code in right there. Boom. And it'll give you just that one page. There he is! Looking so sad. I did not mean for that to happen. There's supposed to be a nice picture of a fixer-upper or a HUD home in the background, but I must have changed something along the way when I was playing around and not put it back. But there he is. And basically, you can quickly copy this page right into your account. Okay, and we've gotten a lot of questions lately about, okay, well, what do I do now? Once the page is in here, and sometimes we build software and we train and we forget that it's not always obvious. But you can go to your page. So here's our investor eligible HUD homes page, and we click the link right next to it. There's a bunch of different options here, but we click the link and we can pick any of these URLs. Prettyawesome.info. And there we go. There's our page. Now, when you copy it in, you might want to change Gil around. Okay, I'll fix that later, but let's go ahead and fix Gil. We can change where our box displays. Page background. I had in fact, let me try to find the picture that's supposed to be here, if you guys don't mind. Ah, there it is. I thought, I had matched the blue. I had it all looking kind of pretty. Thought I was doing good here. At some point I changed it. So you'd come in, and you can start to move things around. It says insert area here. You put your area in there, and you've got a page ready to go. And then you can grab the link and start to run traffic to it, right? In a nutshell. And I'm going fast on purpose because this basic session is more about just showing you where things are. You can follow the tutorials as you go through the method to do this on your own, or get help from support. But I'm just showing you the basic flow. You go and you grab your link here, and you head on over to phase 2. And you go and you drive some traffic. And there's a bunch of options here. Right now, Facebook has been for a while. There's a bunch of tutorials about how to get started with Facebook ads. Probably just watch Jeff's recent session. He's a lot slower than I am. Not slower, but he's probably a little more deliberate than I am. You get a different perspective. Listen to him talk about how he runs ads. He's like our ad specialist. You can see some specific case studies about running ads for specific funnels and what those look like. And of course, always get help from support. And then in phase 3, once you've got an ad running, you're going to go and you're going to set up, you're going to make sure your campaigns are tied, you're going to tie drip campaigns and send blast emails out to the people who are opting in. So in this case, I can go to my investor eligible HUD home and I'm going to assign a drip campaign to it. Now, good news, guys, I don't want you to, it's not here yet, but I've been talking with Bill, it's coming. In Lead Barrel, we're going to be able to pop some campaigns in there for you. It's currently not there. Just like you can copy squeeze pages, you will be able to copy the whole squeeze page and the follow-up sequence. We just don't have that ready yet. And all the follow-up emails. You'll have to do a little editing to make them your own. But for now, you're just going to go and create a quick little follow-up sequence for yourself. Under emailing, create and manage drips. All pretty easy to use and do once you get the flow going. Give your drip a name, investor eligible HUDs, save, and then you'll start creating your emails. Here's a question: is there a way to research competitors' ads being run on Facebook? There are, but I've never done it for real estate. I think there's some platforms, at least for media buying there is, but Facebook's a little different. You're going to want to, with your ads, just target the demographic, the kind of list you want to build. And this is the most powerful thing. Think about the kind of business you want to have, the niche focus, even the age, the gender, the type of people you want to be doing business with. Without being discriminatory, in a negative way, but think about, do you want to do high-end deals all day? Okay, well then run ads to people who are likely to be in a high-end segment of the market. Do you want to work with first-time buyers? Run ads to 20 to 28-year-olds, And the name of the game here is not to overthink it. It's to just play the numbers and get as many people into our database as possible so that we can start to generate conversations around the real estate stuff we're sending out from day to day. And you'll notice in phase 3 that we have some our follow-up email templates kind of that you can send out. So I just feel like I'm repeating myself for anybody who was on with me an hour ago about setting up drip campaigns, and we did a Lead Barrel live session. But basically, pick a few of these templates and repeat them. In Lead Barrel, load them up. Do your couple initial conversational autoresponders. Then pepper in some niche-focused property search. So, here's a list of all the fixer-uppers. You send that one maybe every 20 days. You send your drastic price reductions every 10 days. And make them kind of recurring within Lead Barrel, and you can build out a nice, interesting drip campaign for people where it's all about the property, and then if people have questions about the properties, they can reach out to you. All this is very easy to build, again, using the create a drip function. Once you've created a drip campaign, it's very easy to link to a landing page. Now, just for everybody new, our tried and true offer, the one that has gotten people the most business over time, is the Foreclosure List page. That's scary. This offer, free weekly list of government bank-owned property foreclosure properties, see the list now. I have one market where the clicks are coming in at 8 cents a piece for that. That's insane. And the page converts at about, even if it only converts at 10%, you're looking at 80 cents a lead to get an email into your database. But really, it's probably usually going to convert closer to 20% in a lot of cases. Doug Hansen, who's a member, are you on, Doug? Was just saying that he's gotten, for $65, he's gotten 220 leads in his market. That's, that's not every market. And if you're in California or Canada, your leads may be a lot more. But these are the kind of things that are possible, that you can build very quick leads. We're having a problem. The limit on our card, as we've gotten more customers, there was actually a limit set for our ads at the parent company, and we were trying to work out with Facebook. Facebook ads, you'd think they'd be quicker about getting back to you and letting us spend more money, but we had our card limit updated, and they're not turning us back on. Anyway, so if you're a done for you client, you happen to be here, don't worry, your leads will be back on very soon. Sorry about that. Let me show you an example. Let me turn this off. I wanted to show you this foreclosure ad that was going great. Wow, Keisha. There it is. 7 cents per website click. I'm hoping I'll be able to get you the ad. But this offer, this free weekly list of bank-owned foreclosures and other property deals, really good. And if you think these are, we're a broken record about this, but these leads that are coming in here, so it's about had 159 clicks. He's probably gotten 25, 30 leads, for the spend. The relevance score is a new thing in Facebook. Look at that, guys. Boom. Well, it makes me, the geek in me is happy, and you might not. Recording stopped. Okay, sorry for the break in the recording if you're watching this on a recording. Let's assume that that 1% do a deal with you. Right? Out of those 100 people, 1%, one transaction per year, cost equals, and I'm putting it $1,000. I think in most markets now, I'm really, 1%, assuming 100 people move, that's 1/10 of a percent of your whole database, and 1% of the people moving will do a deal with you. I would guess you can probably get as high as 10% of these people, because you're going to be the only person in your marketplace doing this consistently. The competition's not that great. People are going to have referrals, people that get referred and everything, but you're going to gain top of mind by following up consistently. If you can get 1%, it's going to cost you $1,000 to do a deal this year, but you're still going to have all those people in your database for year 2 and year 3. Right? So you should get another 1% the next year. I know this isn't exact science, and we're not getting a lot of comments. What do you guys all think of this logic on the math? Do you think that's an acceptable talking? Yeah, I just said 1/10 of a 1% conversion on internet leads to sale. And the case what I'm trying to say here is that those numbers can actually work in most markets, because if your average commission check is $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, it's probably higher in most cases. You're still ahead at $1,000 cost per sale. You're still ahead of the typical referral cost, and you still have this whole big database you're growing. So when you go to listing presentations, you can really say, hey, I've got 5,000 people in my database who've opted in. I'm going to let them know about your listing. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with this. You can retarget these people with Facebook ads. There's a lot. No comments? Nobody's commenting. Thanks, Rick. I had to really work for that. All right. A lot of you guys are probably burnt out as me because we were on an earlier session. Okay. All right, so that's the math. I went in a big circle, but the whole idea, create your capture page. Something like the foreclosure page works really well. Drive an ad. Not guaranteeing you're going to get 7 cents per click, But you should be able to. In most markets, get your leads coming in for about $1 a piece. California, you guys are a little screwed. Sorry, it's going to cost $2, $3, $4 a piece. And what I mean by California is more tech-savvy markets, and it'll probably correlate to the average home price and work out nicely. So where it might cost you $2 or $3 a lead in California, your average deal is $700,000 or $800,000, and the numbers still work the same. Get people coming in. Send out emails every week. You might have to invest a couple hours, really building out a nice drip campaign in Lead Barrel that really fits, your situation. You're going to repeat the price reduction link. You're going to pepper in some other stuff. You might commit to going in once a week and sending out all the open houses. But once you've got the funnel set up, that's probably your highest. It's high dollar per hour activity to go and send out some interesting info about a new listing or an open house or something. To get those conversions up. That said, there are people who are running this foreclosure list and they're just sending a darn list every week. Matt Armstrong, a friend of mine, a longtime member, we kind of set up a little test in one of his markets. He got 100 people or so on his list, and he just got an email like 5 months later. We didn't even know the thing was still running, and she's like, "I need to buy a house." It's just an example of the kind of things that can happen. So those 100 leads might have cost $100 bucks, and now he's got an anxious, motivated buyer he's working with. And it's probably, that's a nice return on investment. And he didn't do anything on the follow-up. He set the same email to go out every Friday, or I think it's every 7 days. It says, "Here's your list of foreclosures." And then the last email in the sequence is like, "Should I take you off the list?" and pushes them in. Okay, so that's kind of the intro here for Retechulous Basics. There's a lot of other stuff in the site. We kind of keep, replacing the old with the new, but the old is still on here. There's some cool things for promoting your listings, of course, and the Leading with Listings training. The Investor Domination course from Jody McNamer, he was nice enough to include that here for us, to let us use this a few months ago. It's pretty good content. There's some really good ideas in there if you want to work with investors. A lot of tools, the archives of the strategy sessions. Make sure you're in the Facebook group. Some good stuff happens there. It gets hot and cold. There's also a group for, you'll see when you get into Lead Barrel, specific to the features of Lead Barrel, if you want to join that too. So here's a good chat talking about including phone numbers. This is a really good question. Dutch's answer is spot on. Dutch has been a member for a while. You get a little bit of a higher quality lead, especially if you make the phone number optional. So if you guys are really tempted to ask for a phone number, two things. Give a reason why. So if you're going to request a phone number, maybe say, if you give a phone number, I'll call to tell you about the best deal I know about right now. There has to be a reason why. Why is somebody giving you a number? And make it optional so that they don't give you a fake number. If it's optional and they give you a number, usually it's going to be real. And here's one of our really old pages. Free weekly list of area pre-foreclosure bank home properties. It's like 2010 probably. Email, phone optional. If you enter a phone number, we'll call to let you know about any hot buys you know about right now. And you might get as many as 20% of people to fill that out. Yeah, we're recording, Randy. Yeah, thanks. It did pause for a minute. Sorry about that. My recorder right here did stop. We should have gotten most of that. Does anybody have any questions? Anything you need right now? If you guys are a quiet group, we're all really busy. I mean, I'm fine with a nice 20-minute session today. I just wanted to run through the basics. A lot of you, it seems like you've been around a little while or just checking in. If you're new and you need help, and you're not getting a consistent lead flow coming in through these, that's what we have support for. Mike's really great. Jeff on the team, we're really willing guys. We don't want you sitting there paying for membership and not getting leads. So, and this is pretty easy for us to set up. So if you have something that just isn't working and the numbers that I'm talking about today aren't in line with what you're doing, we can help you. You just have to ask. What ad is working best now for sellers? Good question. Well, let me show you Karen's ad. Hi, Karen. Sorry, I'll email you after. I see you're on. Maybe tomorrow or the next day for, let me see, where'd you go? I'm pretty open the rest of the week, Karen. Anyway. Okay, let me show you. And Karen, could you comment? Because I haven't even looked in your account, to be honest. Are you getting some level of lead flow off this ad? I should have probably checked by now because we have gotten you 170 clicks for $46. Not bad. 27 cents a click. And here's the ad. Randy, you can go in the members area. There's the recording of the session last week. We set up this whole ad from start to finish. So if you want to see exactly how it was set up, you can do that. But I'll show it to you right now. Yours only has a relevance score 9 out of 10. It's not 10 out of 10. Karen can't find it. I might have set it up. Let's go find it. Okay. I'll find it. Maybe you're set up under a different email and I did it really quick on this session that day. Where I used the wrong email. Let's find it right now. So here's the ad. Come on, Facebook. Free service, get the value of your Pinellas County property and monthly updates. Pinellas property owner, prettyawesome.info. And here's a street view of the county. Seller leads, 27 cents per click. To answer the question about seller leads, though, guys, I think you might be pleasantly surprised by what happens when you put a whole bunch of foreclosure leads in your database. And you think about that itch cycle, how many of those people have a home to sell as well? So don't rule out. This is all just about getting people in the door and getting the conversations going. Just because you're generating a buyer side lead doesn't mean you're not going to get listings as a result. Anybody who owns a home in your market is a potential somebody who's listing, and you can actually target people who own homes using the Facebook ads dashboard, which we did here. Karen, I'll get the link to this page here in a second. What is this? We're just going to go in and look for you. Looks like I probably did Donovan Realty 1 and try the password. Or Donovan Realty. See what we did here? I must have set it up in the other account, and Mike must have went and set you up. I must have had the wrong email somewhere. Yeah, okay, well we can fix this easily. Karen, just tell me which one's the correct one. I'll link up the account as soon as we're done with the session today and then send you the username and password to make sure you can get in, and all the data is going to be in there, so we're fine. Sure, you know, you might be getting some leads that aren't getting replied to, but it's okay. Okay. All right, we'll get this fixed. I mean, you need Bill's help on this particular case. Okay. Do you prefer seller ads, Facebook seller ads, over PPC seller ads? We've moved away from pay-per-click, if you're talking about Google, only because of the cost. And then it's harder to build a landing page that's Google friendly. So if you do an ad like this, let's do Tampa property values. And see if anybody's running ads. Yeah, it's just the big players. House values, Trulia. You could probably put your ad here and not have it be that expensive. It's not going to get a lot of clicks, but you need a landing page that's very Google friendly. It's a little bit of a trick, a little bit to that. But it is another channel. I don't know where I got that one from, Karen. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll get that fixed. Do you have a funnel for new construction? not one that's been heavily tested. It's been used in Canada a lot where they don't have foreclosures, so we do good with the new construction offer in Canada. And there is a page for new construction in the method here. So let me go, just clicking around trying to find, here we go. New construction, here we go. So there is a template, a free list of new construction properties available. So if you're going to be the new construction person, do that. It may be a little more expensive to get this lead versus foreclosure. Doesn't imply deal as much. But you may, here's another case where running this is interesting content. You know, see a weekly list of all the brand new construction properties being sold in an area, and could you see the homeowner who lives in that zip code opting in for this because they're just curious, you know, who lives in that school district or that town. And then you're building a database of people who own homes. So, you know, here's what a page might look like. Again, guys, even very simple pages. This is a squeeze page, intentionally not a lot of info on it. They're either going to enter their email or leave, and the conversions on this are generally pretty high compared to a regular website. So yeah, that's what we got for new construction. Okay, well, let's keep it short. 30 minutes. That was your quick Retechulous Basics for the week. And then tomorrow we'll be doing some fun stuff. We might have Paul on. I'll have a guest. Feels like it's been me talking for weeks on end. Now that the other dude is out of the picture. So we'll have a guest tomorrow. A member, Paul. He's going to talk about some of the stuff he's doing. Should be good. And then we'll see you all again tomorrow. I'll get this webinar live recorded in the strategy session section on Retechulous. So you can always go into retechulous.com, strategy sessions. Hey guys, is it annoying that before we go, I'll ask for some feedback. I mean, should the homepage of retechulous.com, you know, we obviously have to sell to keep the business going, so it's been converted kind of into our sales page. Is it annoying to have to log in here? Is it a big deal, or would you rather just be able to kind of see the latest content? Maybe I'll put some links to our blog posts, our latest blog posts up here or something. Do you feel like some of the stuff is hidden because you have to get past this homepage all the time, or does it really not matter? All right, nobody's saying anything. I'll keep that in mind. It seems to be slow. Okay, well that helps. The whole site, guys, is a little slow because we have so much content in there, and it's built on WordPress, and it's 5 years, and it interfaces with Infusionsoft. We've gotten big, and it would be massive to try to move all this, but I guess I eventually have to do it. So it is naturally a little bit slow, and I apologize for that, but I'll play with this login a little more. Maybe we'll just... What I don't want to have happen is you guys don't see at a glance everything new, because I want you to be able to come in here and just see the latest posts really quickly. So, doesn't matter. Slow to log in. Okay, awesome content. Okay, well thanks for your positive feedback, everybody. We'll react accordingly. Karen, I'm going to work on getting your login over to you now by email as soon as I get that fixed. Okay, and we'll see everybody tomorrow, hopefully.